Diamonds up on your waist, I limbo go low, 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 low.
Okay guys, so all you'll need is a pair of scissors, a razor, yes, a razor, some tweezers, and a pair of jeans. I chose a gray low-rise pair, but you can choose any pair you like. High-waisted works great for this project. So first, I'm going to begin by drawing a line where I want my slits to be. You can actually try your pants on first and then draw the line on the back of your pants so you know exactly where you want your slits to be. Or you can just do it like me and freeball it and just literally just draw a line where you think you want the slits to be. So also when you're drawing your line, you want to make sure the line is like an oval type line, like going in an upward motion. And this line doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm just going to begin by pulling up the pant so I don't cut the other side of the pant. And then I'm just going to begin cutting along that red line. Now, when you're cutting, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is what makes this DIY so cool and so unique. Just because you can kind of personalize it in your cuts and your slits won't be the same as someone else. So this is really cool about this. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my scissors and begin fraying the edges of the cut, just roughening up the ends a bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a pen. I'm going to make a small mark under that cut, and then I'm going to cut a small line there. Okay, so now this is what your second slit should look like. It's just a small slit right underneath the first slit that we made. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to begin by taking my razor and I'm going to run it along the edges of the cuts, so that what the razor does, it gives the pant like a rigid look. It frays the edges like the scissors does, but using the razor is a lot more easier, it's faster, and it works way better. So this is why I like to use the razor when trying to like fray edges. So just run it right along the your slits. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to grab our tweezers. We're going to begin pulling at the fabric, like right in that slit. We're going to begin pulling and tugging on the fabric so that we can thin out the fabric. We want to thin out the fabric so that we can begin pulling out the colored threads to create that distressed look like Kylie Jenner had. So if you notice, you just literally just tug on the fabric. Just keep on pulling until you notice it getting thinner. Okay, so now you're going to begin pulling out the colored threads. In my case, my threads are gray because my jeans are gray. But if you use like a normal blue pair of jeans, then you'll just pull out the blue fabrics. And this step can be very tedious, so just beware that it is very tedious, and it does require some patience. This step it's like very annoying, and it kind of can get frustrating. You just got to be careful and just make sure you're pulling out the colored fabrics and not the white not the white threads, because we want the white threads in there. Okay, so I'm all done pulling out my colored threads on that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually making another slit on the other side of my pants, just a small slit. And then I'm going to actually make another slit right up underneath that one. Just leave a small space in between. I'm just going to cut, and so basically I'm just making 2 slits on the other side of the pant. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull out the slits just to make it look not that like I cut it. So just make it look like I kind of bought the jean like that. Okay, so now I'm going to take my razor, I'm going to run it over those 2 slits, and I'm going to begin fraying those edges on that side. And this is what it should look like when you're done with the razor. So now I'm going to take my tweezers again, and I'm going to begin pulling on the fabric as well on this side to thin out the fabric and get the colored threads out again. Okay, so this is what it should look like when you're done pulling out the colored threads. You just have the white ones left over. And now I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to run my scissors and my razor over the slits just one more time. Then I'm going to throw my jeans in the wash machine and dryer. And then when I take them out of the dryer, they are all done. And this is the finished product.